with the 43s. So we're gonna end up in the gravel. Damn. It's just you gotta get into the brakes. Hey guys, it's Joe Nathan here, and we are racing the Porsche Cup. We're back in the rain.
Green flag.
At Red Bull Ring, invalidated both laps, so we're starting from the very back, basically. And I know that we probably should be somewhere in the middle.
Side.
Let's navigate turn one. Navigate lap one. Oh boy.
In and out. One only. Clear, clear.
And let's make up some positions. We've got to make these up quick while we can. Because invalidating both of those laps, they were actually
Left side. Clear, clear, clear,
potentially
clear, clear.
they could have been decent laps. So let's see what we can do here.
In front of you now. Keep your eyes open. He's in front of you. He's in the middle of the track.
Okay.
Left side. Clear. Left side.
Keeping my eyes open. The spray is
Left
immense.
side. Clear, clear.
We're braking early here because this is where we invalidated both times. I lock it up and just going straight off the track. So we're up to 16th. Stuck in some hydroplane there. Some standing water.
One on the right side.
Jesus, 10. That was close.
Clear, clear, clear.
Almost stuck my nose in when I probably shouldn't have. He did come all the way down. Close that gap at the last possible moment.
Left side.
Can we go side by side?
Still there. Clear, clear, clear.
So you go sideways, and we're through. That spin
Wreck behind you.
honestly looked like I may have touched him, but obviously we didn't. He just locked up the rears, and there he goes. So we're up to 15th. We gain a few spots from the start. We keep our nose clean. All right, not bad. I have to say I'm pretty disappointed that this is a wet race. Again, another dry practice leading into a wet race, but at the very least this time I was prepared for it. It is so difficult to get the car slowed down there. I almost didn't. And the standing water, I keep forgetting that that's there like that. Really just sends you straight on. Loses you a lot of time. I gotta be more mindful of that. Something you gotta worry about in the wet that you don't have to worry about
Crash behind you.
in the dry. Just try to find our gap here in the spray. So I know Andres behind us is pretty quick.
Left side.
So I don't really have
Still
a
there.
reason to hold him up.
Still there. Clear, clear.
Just braking when we feel it's right. I have no idea what a braking marker is. All that spray, couldn't see it. So yeah, maybe we could follow Andres through a little bit. Through the traffic, I know he's quick. Guess he was in the practice session in the dry. So yeah, 26% chance of a rainy race. And we're 2 for 2 on those, although 9% precipitation. So that is something that It's lighter than last time. It's a little bit sunnier, sooner than it was last time as well. The track may be overall just a touch drier. But I don't think it's going to make a huge difference here. Alrighty, we got to put some quick laps together here. We are not making up any time. Not like I thought we would be anyways. So that's 3 laps down. We remain in 16th. Field looks still pretty bunched up. At least, you know, the leader might be, the faster guys might be checked out, but midfield is still relatively close together, so it gives us a good chance here to make up some positions. There's no pit stop or anything like that to vary the strategy, but so Andre's not looking too quick right now, honestly. It's kind of making me regret letting him by.
T2 is the fastest car on the track. 42.279.
We're on pace for a 45.2, so that's 3 seconds quicker than us. I do think I was held up a little bit, but we are nowhere near that pace. Alright, yeah, we got to make up some positions here. These guys are holding their ground. They're running high 44s, very high 44s, low 45s. Oh, somebody got rear-ended up there.
On the left side.
Holy Jesus.
Still there. All clear, my man.
I mean, I understand, but that's an unsafe rejoin. Holy, scared the shit out of me. Like, I was not leaving him room on purpose, and thankfully I left, I guess, exactly a car's width. And thankfully he didn't lose any grip over, like, the curbing or anything, but he should not have joined back like he did. And I maybe should have known that he was going to do that. I had no idea. Really didn't see him.
Car on the right. Keep going, keep going.
Okay, so we pick up a position from the spin. Doesn't look like this guy has any bumper damage, so he must have just missed his braking. Locked up. Okay. Still a long race to go. Oh, that's a lunge. Takes the line away on exit. And we can make this interesting here.
Still there, man. Still there. Still there.
And that's
Still there.
risky. Porsche in white.
Clear.
And of course, we lose out to the Red Bull. Oh, this is the lap car number 11 behind us to catch up as well.
In front of you, in front of you, in front of you. Watch that car down there. Stay right. Left side. You're
Cool.
clear.
So we get by
On the left side.
the small wiggle, and again we just that standing water. I'm gonna learn to stay out of that here. Next lap. iRacing does a really good job of capturing standing water. I don't think any other sim does.
Fastest guys on the track are running 42.679.
And that's what it's all about. You know, just staying off of that, staying out the standing water. Fortunately, we're not the best in that final corner, and we got the Red Bull underneath our rear wing.
Right side.
And he's going to invite himself.
Still there. Clear.
Thankfully, no contact or anything like that, so respectful lunge for what it was. Final corner, not my best. So, now hopefully here we can build a gap. So a mistake from the Porsche in white.
Left side.
Okay,
Still there.
a little bit of contact. Again, just friendly.
Clear, clear, clear.
Friendly touch. You know, he's trying to keep it off the curb there, and if he didn't, then he might have just got on the throttle, or, you know, it got a little squirrely on that curb, and we just bang doors. Not a problem.
P1 is the fastest car on the racetrack. 42.263.
I wasn't trying to squeeze them either, so we just came together. No big deal. But we get out the water. We've got to make opportunities count and jump on that as soon as it popped up. And it's a 44-0, so it's relatively a slow lap, but again, I'm not sure where these guys get these superhero braking ideas, but again, no contact, no problem, we're okay. A little bit too deep there. Oh, they're touching. I could see them in the mirror. They were leaning on each other on corner exit. Some of these lines are looking kind of dry.
There's a wreck behind you.
Still very slippery. I don't want to get into the water. We're onto the curb. The track is definitely still wet, so there's a little shine to it, but it looks pretty dry for a wet track. To me, anyways. 5% precipitation, so light sprinkle. It does stop raining completely. I don't have a way to turn my wipers off. Once I've turned them on, they're just on. So, yeah. So 2.6 to the next Porsche ahead. If we can get a low 43 here, I know that would be pretty good.
In front of you now. Keep your eyes open.
Try to take a shallower line there so that way we're off the rubbered in line. Everyone's doing a really good job though. Not a whole lot of mistakes. Got the leaders check out 12-second lead over second place. I have no idea how to take the final corner, just to be honest. I feel like I need that exit curve, but it is...
Wow, good lap.
It's just not a good idea to use that line. All that standing water. I don't know what to do about it. But we put in a lap that is faster at least than P10. Than his fastest lap at least, so... We just keep doing that, then we'll catch up, of course, to the battles ahead. But also we'll catch up to a top 10 finish, I'm sure. We'll get up there. I'm sure that we will. Look at these guys. Got a little bit of understeer. Again, from like standing water. Again, iRacing.
One off course. One off course.
Oh. Maybe a little bit of contact there. I'm curious to hear what Justin has to say. I'm sure he's
P1 is the fastest car on the track. 42.091.
not saying the friendliest of things, I'm sure. It's not like he's shouting out over the radio, I understand. Okay. So 2.1 to the car ahead. I don't think that was a particularly bad lap. So let's just see how the gap looks by the end of this one. I don't think we gained any time. And I don't care if they're battling or what have you. Just worried about, are we gaining time on them? Can we join in on the fight? Alright. Yeah, the track is definitely drying out little by little. I mean, it has to be. The rain is so light. So we can start getting a little bit more confident in our abilities. But we cannot lose the focus and the respect that a wet track requires. Alrighty. But yeah, this is going pretty okay. You know, 11th is fine. We gotta at least break even on us iRating though. That's for sure. I'm just not braking early enough because there I got it slowed down better, and I think we gained a decent chunk of time compared to our delta. Okay. Can we catch Nelson? I think Ross put in a really fast lap. We gained about 6/10 from Nelson, but Ross seems to have driven away. That wasn't my fastest lap. But this might be. Rain almost completely stopped at 3% now. Ugh. Bit of oversteer there. Car wanted to snap under the braking, like the rears were about to lock. So I'll just move the brake bias up a click. Uh-oh.
He's moving, he's moving.
Ross is around. And that'll put us in the 10th.
Leader's at a 42.881.
Leader might as well be driving a Porsche GT3. Alright? And he's mopping up the field. It's not even close. Tell me what P2's running, alright? Give me something realistic. There we go, look at that. Another 3/10 just for getting the final corner right.
Very nice work. You get your rhythm. Sit, man, drive it off straight.
Trying. I'm doing everything I can. If we can get Nelson, that might be just about break even for iRating. And something tells me we can. We can get him. We just gotta improve another few tenths here. Like, we're right there, 1.0. We probably gained another, like, half a second on him. Losing a little bit of time here through the middle sector. We're getting more and more confident with like the limit of the braking, the threshold of which that brake pedal operates within. Feel really good about that. See, we just really slow her down and maybe try to get on the throttle too soon that time, or didn't slow her down enough, or get a late enough apex. We still improve to our previous best final sector on that lap. We've got 1.3 now to Nelson, so not gaining the time that I wish that we were. Wanted to get, you know, a couple tenths better, and we've got a couple tenths worse. But we just got to stick to the course here. Plenty of time. And honestly, we know how these races go. It's going to come down to the final mistake. Take a slightly wider line through there, and I think that helped. We can improve this lap, that's for sure. Just got to convert on that final corner. Because the stage is set, we're only a couple tenths off, 1/10 and a half off. And there we go. And we're going to improve, I think, marginally.
There you go. Good job.
By half a tenth. Half a tenth. And we definitely closed a couple tenths. Or maybe a tenth or so to Nelson. He had a really good lap as well. We have 3 more chances at it. Tony, if Nelson makes a mistake, or we can get up alongside and have a chance, we could break even to finish 9th. Our other option, of course, is just qualify better.
Couple more laps.
Touch the water ever so slightly. Point 2 still to Nelson, man. We're just outside DRS range. 2 to go. We could just close the gap. We could have a really interesting battle. I just know it. But we're too far away, I think, to get any sort of slipstream, so doing everything manually for right now. That was really good first sector. Small moment there.
Gonna be pitting about 5.
One of these days, iRacing will add the feature where it calculates how many laps are actually left in the race before it says you're gonna need to pit in 5 laps. One of these days. The pressure's on Nelson, though. We had a really good lap here.
White flag this time. Slow on the right.
Okay. This is gonna get crazy. We're actually not gonna improve on this lap because our final corner wasn't very good. Nelson's gonna get past Andres. So that is quite the turn of events. We're still about a second behind Nelson after all of this. Final sector was just not good enough. Okay, so we're in the fight, I guess, to pick up the pieces, more or less. Can we make any inroads? We're still a little bit too far back to actually participate. We have the best seat in the house. Or the worst seat. Can't tell. One keeps it really tidy somehow. Man, if only we were just a touch quicker. Sucks to be just out of range here. Accident ahead. Went away, the yellow flag. Turns into debris on track. We're gonna look like we're gonna finish this race in 10th place. Just outside of our iRating expected finish. But we're gonna bring it home. with a 0x, and that is just as good. So this was actually a good experience, a good race. I had a lot of fun, and I'm just very glad that it was a much different experience than our previous race,
Check the flag, man.
where I didn't freak out because it was wet. Really good
Real
race.
Good job this weekend, fellas. Good effort.
You know, we had some contact with some cars, but nothing we couldn't manage. It was good racing, actually.